You know, I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know, Papa.
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it took.
Watch Johnny's bite.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Wednesday, the 7th of May, 2025. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. Now, this morning, I come to you with a lot of gratitude in my heart, coming to you knowing that this morning, for those who have closed from night shift, you also spend time to watch Johnny's Bite wherever you are in the world. And then some would also redact portions of it, turn it into small videos or short videos and distribute them around the world. I don't take you for granted at all, because the whole concept of Johnny's Bite, while it is also forensic and to empower the citizens to speak truth to power and to speak up, the whole concept is also to ensure that we are keeping duty bearers accountable to the people, and we're making sure that no amount of intimidation stands any day and any time. So we are happy that you are in sync. We are happy that you are awake and are asking the right questions. We are happy that you are not just interested in paying taxes and leaving them, but you are also paying taxes and making sure that you are asking questions as to what your taxes have been used for. We are happy that you are monitoring the road contractors, and that if a bad road is constructed in the past, you would have left it, but these days you pause to ask questions and actually take short videos and put on your own social media pages. When we started Johnny's Bite, we were not getting that kind of feedback, and everybody was just expecting us to have one arrowhead. But now everybody is able to do their own version of Johnny's Bite, and that for me is a remarkable achievement. We are happy that your children are also tagging along and learning. And your children are also learning how to speak truth to power and to ask the critical questions. And I always say that when you ask people a question, or you ask duty bearers questions, and the duty bearers fail to answer the questions, but they come attacking you, then you know that there's a problem. They don't have the answers to your question, and then you must know that your question are tonsum, but that should not discourage you. Let me say thank you to all our affiliates across the country who also share our details across the world. Now this morning I'm happy because yesterday we stood here and spoke about the Kolebu Renal Department. I'm told that it's back open in full force and is providing all the services that hitherto were shut out to the people. So for those who have suffered the brunt of that shutdown, sorry about that, but my understanding is that the Kolebu Renal Department is opened. Every day is a scorecard day for Johnny's Bite. It doesn't matter whose axe is God. Every day is a scorecard day, and we will not be intimidated and will not back down. Now this Sunday, I invite you to join us at the Airport View Hotel. It's going to be a very, very important day because we'll be celebrating our mothers and all the mother figures that you can find in your life. And we will like you to bring your mother or the mother figure in your life so that we celebrate your mother. 600 Ghana cedis for single, 110 Ghana, 1,100 cedis for double. 600 Ghana cedis single, 1,100 cedis double. We're thankful to Gino. We're thankful to Bailey's. And then we also say thank you to PSC Esther, who will be there to delight you with some music. MOG, Max Praise, Reynolds, the gentleman, the Arc Band as well. Thank you so much indeed. They're all going to be there on Sunday. And please call 0247 120 633. That's 0247 120 633 and 053 1100927. That's 053 1100927 or 053 2200927. That's 053 2200927. Come and dine with your mom. It's brought to you by 3FM 92.7 and TV3 First in News, Best in Entertainment. 3FM is your urban lifestyle radio station. So don't miss out. Come and let's have fun and let's enjoy the night and the day together with our moms and the special mother figures in our lives. Today, the church goes into conclave. The church, I'm talking about the Catholic Church, goes into a conclave. And today, they're going into a conclave to get us a new pope. Because we all know that the pope that was in the chair is going to be with the Lord, has since been buried. So pray for the church, pray for the cardinals. They get into a conclave today and they're going there to select a pope. Pray for the church, pray for the cardinals. They get in there to celebrate and then also to pray and to look for the next pope for us. It has to be chosen by God himself, and we implore you to pray. And while we pray, a good reminder also that today the Anglican Diocese of Accra will be hosting the first session of the 25th Diocesan Synod. It's happening today, tomorrow, and Friday at St. Joseph the Work Anglican Church, Kanishi. The Lord Bishop DSM Toto will be there, as well as the diocesan, along with the other diocesan officials. So if you are supposed to be there, kindly be there. Now, quickly, before I get into some other issues, yesterday I asked a question about Men King Fung. It's supposed to be, I'm told that the place is not what I call it, but it's supposed to be a Ghana International Mall. The one on the speakers would have been talking about. And after today, I won't talk about it again. Because for me, that's not the only thing I have seen. And I keep digging and finding some more information. There are many more expatriates who come into this country. And because of the greed of a few people, you find their investments rotting away or becoming a white elephant. The gentleman is Men King Fung. Yesterday I asked a question. I asked whether or not a certain Mr. Todd has questions to answer. A certain Mr. Quayne has questions to answer. I asked that question. And I asked whether or not Iyoko has paid attention to any of the editorials we have done here. Whether they are interested in the questions about land acquisition, whether they are interested in about the monies that may have exchanged hands, people who are deliberately blocking or, blocking for whatever reason. I asked those questions. Raymond Acha, good morning to you. There's a huge facility on the Spintex Road. I'm told a Chinese man brought money into this country, and I saw it coming up in 2017. That's why I'm talking about it. I didn't start talking about it now. I started talking about it from last year. He brought money into this country with the hope of building something, of course, getting profit for himself through foreign direct investment, but also making sure that our people get jobs to do. Raymond Acha, good morning to you. You belong to the oral team, now you are at Iyoko. Good morning. I'm saying just good morning to you. Has it come to your attention, or what I say fall on deaf ears? I'm just asking the questions. That if you have an investment, and it goes also for local people. Sometimes you see the investment and you ask yourself, look at the magnitude of investment. I said, I and people say, oh, you are talking too much about the UK. Yes, I went there, I saw it. What I saw there at Westgate, this is equal to what I saw at Southampton. If not bigger, if I'm not exaggerating. If not bigger, if not so, in whose interest will it be that you have a facility like this that is not functional? I'm just asking, in whose interest? When it starts operating, would GRA go there to collect taxes? When it starts operating, would EPA go there to collect money? When it starts operating, won't the assembly go there to collect money? When it starts operating, the people who work there, won't they be paying taxes to GRA? When it starts working, won't income tax be paid? When it starts working, won't they get security company to come and guard it? Won't the security company pay taxes? When it starts working, won't they have a car park? Won't the car park be also, a place where you pay for service? And this has been there. If I were him, I'm sure that I would have sued some people. Why do we do this to ourselves? I mean, why do we do this and expect that everything will be okay? Why? Why? Please take it off. Let's go to the presidency, please. And the code of, is it code of conduct or code of ethics? Code of conduct. And you've been worried, right, about the conduct of people who get appointments. And people were reading the code of conduct and they said, oh, we see the minister shall the minister, so it's for the ministers. No. This is about the first page. This is what he said. Select 1 or section 1. Code of ethics. The purpose of this section is to guide the minister on how to act and manage his or her affairs in order to uphold the highest professional standards and avoid conflict of interest. I take it again. The purpose of this section is to guide the minister on how to act and manage his or her affairs in order to uphold the highest professional standards and avoid conflict of interest. For the avoidance of doubt, the term minister includes deputy ministers, note it, presidential staffers, chief executive officers, and deputy chief executive officers of state and parastatal institutions, members of the Council of State, and other political appointees in the executive arm of government. I take it again. For the avoidance of doubt, the term minister includes deputy ministers, presidential staffers, chief executive officers, deputy chief executive officers of state and parastatal institutions, members of the Council of State, and other political appointees in the executive arm of government. So it is not just about the ministers of state. It is about all of you who are getting appointment. This is your code of ethics. Now, let's get to what the president said. And the president is the leader of the pack. Here is the message from His Excellency, the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama. Fuel prices are coming down. Communicators are happy. They're talking about it. It's a positive light. They didn't work for it. It's the people at the finance ministry and the rest who are working for it. Electricity prices are coming down. They are happy, right? But they didn't work for it. The people at the finance ministry slaved for it. But we move. Now it says governance, good governance. Transparency and accountability form the foundation of strong partnerships between state and society, as well as among citizens. They are interconnected principles that create a government that is legitimate, effective, and widely supported by citizens. It is under this umbrella that we as public office holders must constantly be mindful that the public confidence in government institutions is vital to democracy. These principles should therefore guide our daily actions and decision-making processes. I hope it's sunk in. Now it says this code of conduct clearly sets out my expectations of a government of integrity, note, integrity, honesty, impartiality, respect, decency, incorruptibility, competence, professionalism, and standards of conduct that can withstand the closest public scrutiny. integrity, honesty, impartiality, respect, decency, incorruptibility, competence and professionalism, and standards of conduct that can withstand the closest public scrutiny. And this will be what we will judge you by. For persons who value service to the nation and uprightness, these principles may already be ingrained in their minds and exhibited through their actions. It is, however, necessary for the sake of uniformity and the avoidance of doubt to attempt to capture in one document rules and procedures to guide those who may falter for one reason or the other. Oh, no, there's the last paragraph, 6. Sorry. There's the last paragraph. I recognize that this is difficult. It is difficult to capture in one hand every single rule that will help promote a government of honor and respectability. But this handbook goes a long way in setting the pace for the kind of governance I intend to pursue and my expectations of my appointees and myself. Emphasis has been placed on understanding and upholding the standards of appropriate conduct, preventing the misuse of official positions for personal gain, and ensuring that any conflict between personal interest and public duty is resolved in favor of the public interest. All political appointees must, among other things, adhere to the highest ethical standards of professional conduct. 2, act in a manner consistent with the government's agenda, upholding values of excellence, integrity, and respect. 3, safeguard government property and refrain from purchasing same and either directly or indirectly. 4, prevent waste and mismanagement in the interest of public accountability and national development. 5, demonstrate loyalty, commitment, and dedication in the execution of ministerial duties and responsibilities. I pledge to deal swiftly, and this is my favorite part, I pledge to deal swiftly and decisively with any political appointee who breaches any of the standards set out in this code of conduct. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic. Now, this is what the President has written as the foreword or his message to the code of ethics. It talks about integrity, responsibility, respectability, all those things. Now, you are an appointee, or you are lacing your boot to be appointed, or people are clamoring for you to be appointed. You are an appointee, or you are lacing your boot to be appointed, or you are clamoring to be appointed. This should be your guiding principle. Where people get into office and get appointments and suddenly their demeanor and their attitude and everything changes. This is telling you that it must stop. But it is not also telling you to lower the bar. No, no, no. It is not telling you to lower the bar so that you can fit into a certain narrative. No. It is possible to maintain the highest standards, the highest of the highest standards, and still keep all those principles and all those attributes and all those ethical codes and still win. People will call you names, yes. But you have to, respectability. So somebody gets into office and says, as for me, I will not meet anybody. That's not respectable. You don't know what the person is bringing. You don't know what conversation the person is bringing. You may meet the person and decide that, okay, what the person has said doesn't fall in line. So nicely you can tell the person that, as for this, I can't do it. But to say that you won't meet anybody, you black out everybody, you are not in your father's office or your mother's office, Taflache. You are in our office to provide service for us. And the question of conflict of interests, contracts, very tricky area. President Kufuor says, power can trick you. And I'll reiterate this. I said, look, if this government, the second coming of President John Dramani Mahama, doesn't succeed way better than it did the first time, and within the first time and when he has come the second time, we saw what happened in between. If the standards is set the first time, right? The standard is set the first time, is not surpassed this second time, tell NDC members, "Due." Or tell them, "Due." Because the expectations of the people have become insatiable or almost insatiable. Look, take me to Guta. Guta has a love letter for all of us. Take me to Guta. They have a love letter for us. The expectations have become insatiable. Within this very short period, dollar has dropped. Yesterday, somebody was telling me about 13 cedis. Fuel has dropped to about 13 cedis per liter. But even that, you don't find people jubilating on the streets. In the past, when it comes down 2 pesos, you find people jubilating. We went all the way to having a liter of fuel for 20-something Ghana cedis. They say, "Oh, we should jubilate because it's been brought down from 20-something to 18 cedis." We were told that. Meanwhile, it was picked from about 4 cedis. This is Guta. They wrote this yesterday. Says Guta commends the central bank for its efforts at managing the forex market and strengthening the local currency. The Ghana Union of Traders Association has observed from January to date that the local currency has gained some strength against the major foreign trading currencies. This positive trend has brought some level of respite and confidence to the economy. We wish to highly commend the governor and his team for efficiently managing the forex market to this extent. We believe that the fiscal discipline that has been adopted by the government also contributed to this feat. This has brought hope to the business community in recouping some of the lost capital during the last couple of years. Importantly, it has also brought a positive speculation and predictability around the foreign exchange space, therefore eroding the notion that the foreign currency is a stone of value in the Ghanaian community. We therefore encourage the government, especially the central bank, to continue with this laudable effort. These prudent measures, if sustained, would lead to full economic recovery and make business competitive, increase productivity, as well as alleviate the high cost of living in the country. Joseph Obing is a doctor. He signed that is as President. Charles Kusi Apia, who is head of business and economy of the bureau. So they are singing central bank's praise, but they're also adding government to it. I hope that when it comes and we are criticizing you, you don't insult us. We are giving you flowers this morning. Take it to forcing. Take it. Dr. Siama and your team, Tilly, take it. Oh, take the flowers. Enjoy. President Mama, take your flowers. Enjoy. When the thing starts going down and start complaining, don't loud it, don't shout it. Bukom Baku say, don't shout. Don't shout. Now, 2 quick ones before we go. You see an electronic gadget that I put there. It's a picture I took on Sunday in my church. Now, I want to ask the PURC, the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, I want to ask them a simple question this morning. What you see here is a power sequencer. No, Shadrach, lose the super for us so we can see. What you see there is a power sequencer, right? Now, it's showing you the power that we are getting. And I ask myself, please lose the super so we can see it. It's supposed to show 220 or 240 because that's what we pay for. The basic fixes I learned in secondary school says it's either 220 to 240 volts, right? That is what we are supposed to pay for, right? This is a power sequencer in my church. And what we get is 218, 217, sometimes 216, 219, never 220. And there are people in this country who are going through it, who are complaining daily, on a daily basis. That's PURC here, or PURC is just interested in how much tariffs should be increased and how much we are not paying value for money and how much we are not paying the right market prices. Because that's all PURC tells us about. Has there been a case where PURC has come to announce that the prices of what do you call the ECG and Ghana Water, the tariffs are coming down, so we will pay less? Has there been a case like that? Maybe I missed it. But this is it. 218 votes. That's what we are getting in my church. We are not getting, we are being shortchanged. And PURC is supposed to be the one speaking for us. Not John Jinapo, not anybody else at ECG. It's PURC who's supposed to be speaking for us. That's why we pay them. That's PURCC, that we are not being given what we pay for. As for the light off and light on matter, it is there. People have complained about it, but I'm saying, I'm raising this because there is a machine that now tells me, my power sequencer that now tells me that instead of 220 to 240 votes, I'm getting 218, 217. And I'm saying, does PURC know about it? Do they do any checks? And what compensation is there for us, the consumers? We are paying for it. What we bought from the vendor is for 220 to 240. Why are we getting 218? Why is PURC quiet? We'll talk about thought leadership in a bit. Please, there are some photos of the AMA. Yesterday, the AMA got a new chief executive. Michael Kpakpalote, that's his name. The AMA got a new chief executive. He got 30 over 30. That's 100%. All the 30 people voted for him. People who are perceived to be NDC, people who are perceived to be NPP, they voted for him. The photo you see there are two former, what we call mayors or chief executives with him. That's the Honorable Stanley Niajiri Blangsing. That's what we call Okochenche or Okorik Ross. Dr. Alfred Okuvandapoy, he's there. MP for Ablekuma South with the gentleman in the white is Michael Kpakpalote. And then the gentleman you see with the nice gray beard is Nene Drolo. He was also there yesterday. So a very good assemblage of very important personalities yesterday. And Michael, kudos to you. He got 30 over 30. All the 30 people who were supposed to vote gave him all the 30 votes. That's our regional minister as well. That's the MP for Kankwe South, within which the AMA falls, Kion, and Esadumako standing right next to him as well. So it was a beautiful event yesterday. What we will tell Michael is that the code of conducts and the code of ethics, he needs to read it like his Bible. You see the three musketeers. That's Nene Drolo in the black. And then you also see Dr. Alfred Okuvandapoy, and then you see Stanley Niajiri Blangsing. Yeah, three great men right there. Yesterday, they were all there to support the young man. And it's good to have such towers behind you so you can drink deep from their well of wisdom and they can guide you and tell you what's wrong and what's not wrong. But finally, today at Media General, 10 a.m. sharp, we are talking about the state of our health facilities. Yesterday, we spoke about Kolibu, we spoke about the renal department, and we spoke about the fact that it had been shut down. It's been opened. But if you have been a rural reporter like me before, I've been to Likpekbakpa, I've seen health facilities, you go to other places and you look at the quality of health facilities that they have, even the chip compounds, even the health centers or health posts, as they call it, you will find that, Charlie, no, we are not equal. We are not equal. And you know why? Because of these things and these facilities, lack of beds, all those conditions. That's why people opt for private hospitals. Even some of the private hospitals also have their own set of challenges. The new minister, Kwabena Minta Kando, MP for Dwabusu, he's trying his best to do something. But the problem he has inherited is not children. Maybe he has to start looking at ways and means of bringing in the private sector to come and take some of the Agenda 111. For example, so if he gives the churches Agenda 111 to manage and to complete and manage, it will be good. Maybe he has to start thinking along those lines. Because the problem that he has come to carry onto his head, or the problem that President Mahama has carried onto his head, is a big problem. But we want to dissect the issues. We want to talk to the professionals. So Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwifery Training Association, they will come, right? The Nurses and Midwives Association, they will come. The Ghana Medical Association reps will be here. We'll get people from the former administration, Dr. Anthony Siasari, a giant in healthcare, former Director General of Ghana Health Service, advisor to the president, former president on all things health. He will be here. We have Dr. Ban of Health Facilities Regulatory Authority, HEFRA. He will be here. We'll have a lot more, guests who will be here as well. 10 a.m. sharp, and we're talking about the state of health facilities in Ghana. And I always say that you are closer to the hospital or clinic than you can ever imagine. Because owo eni yare and sheda. Oh yes, to wait. Sicknesses and death, they do not inform you before they come at you. And when they come at you, if you don't have the wherewithal, if you don't have the capacity, if you don't have the best professionals and the best facilities around you, oh my God. So all of us have to talk about it. And this is one of the issues that I think that we should never politicize. I've said it. 5 things we should never politicize: health, education, security, agric, economy. Health, education, security, agric, economy. Health, education, security, agric, economy. 5. I've said this for more than 3 years. And I'm saying it again. This morning, when we have the conversation, it's not about NDC or about MPP. It's not about PPP or CPP. It is about the state of our health facilities. And dare I say, that all the people who will come as panelists onto this program today, the Thought Leadership Program today, organized by Media General, they have all traveled out before. Some have even trained out before. Some have even trained out there before. Some have enjoyed some of the health facilities out there before. And they know that what we have here is not, in many cases, up to the standard. And that's why we have to have this conversation. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Please call me 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Good morning.
Good morning, John.
Yes, sir. How are you?